Oh, 7 commanders. My name's Commander Fearion, also known call sign Foxtrot Echo 1. We're back. We are back, and there is a lot to unpack today. There is a new update available for the Type 8 transporter, whatever, the Millennium Falcon on crack, and there's a whole bunch of changes going on. We're going to try to address some of those today. We'll go over the patch notes, and we'll talk about some of the things going on in Elite this week. Let's get into it, Commanders. My, there's already shenanigans going on out here. So, as you can see, we are here at Shinrarta at Jameson Memorial, and we have what you can see down there is now we have the Type 8. It's just, look how pretty it is. It is a pretty, I put a different color on it because everybody's been showing it in yellow, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to show it in yellow. I want to show it in the proper color for Thargoid is green. And we're going to get into that today, Commanders. We're going to talk about all that today. There's a lot to unpack, and I'll tell you right now. Let's just go ahead and flip over. No, not there. We're gonna flip over here. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. We're gonna go to the store first. Now you can get to the store through the game, but that's old school. You like to go through the website. So the Type 8 Stellar's here. There's a lot of new ships, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about those ships. The Type 8 obviously is a transport ship design, but it can be used for other things, much like the Millennium Falcon was also originally a transport ship and eventually. Now we're kind of scrolling through these here. Some of them, you saw the Orca go by, the Python Mark II. Python Mark II is actually down to regular, you can buy it in the game now. Don't know about the Stellar version. I didn't really look. Because I've already purchased it, it kind of doesn't show me the price anymore. But here's some of the other ones. Here's your Jumpstart Vulture. Now this is interesting. This is a really cool looking ship. However, I'm kind of past the, where this ship is, so I don't imagine that I will get this particular ship kit anytime soon. This is a nice ship kit though. But I think you have to buy the whole thing. I think you have to buy the whole shebang. The beautiful thing, though, about this one is if you're a new player and you buy this ship, this is a great ship for new players. And it's a 0 rebuy if you get killed. So it's basically you can go hog wild. You can just go nuts in this thing, okay? So that's a nice thing that's going on there. Let's see. There's the Type 8. We'll talk more about that soon. That's the standard. The Vulture. Okay, here's the Jumpstart Beluga liner. Now, the Beluga liner passenger ship, it's kitted and everything. It's got pre-built frame shift SEO drive on it, which I don't know how this flies with an SEO. I don't own a Beluga currently, and I did not buy this one. I wanted to because I kind of like the paint job, but I won't ever use it unless I make it into an AX ship. So I was like, I'm good. I think I'll just hold out because I could buy a Mamba and kit it fairly easily. Hopefully going forward from now on. So there's a lot of new ships coming. There's also the there's pre-built. So this is considered a pre-built ship. And all these pre-built ships, they're all around, the Stellar version of the what the hell is this thing called again? Type 8 is 33,000 arcs, which I think, what was that? Like, is it like $10? I don't know, $10, somewhere around there, $15. Not that bad. I mean, you're not going to buy, you only got to buy it once, and then you actually get the ship kit. You can put ship kit. You can have it, you can only have one of these at a time, but you can buy as many of these as you want after you buy this one. So you could get your whole, armada up to speed quite quickly. There's the, I've never tried this one either. This is another one that's a jump start, supposed to be for laser mining. I have tried this one. It's pretty good. It's got a nice jump range, like 70 something. It's pretty good. And then, yeah, so here's some of the new paint jobs. There's the haulage stripe yellow. There's a haulage stripe green, lime, scarlet, and slate. I actually like the slate a lot. I almost bought the slate. When did I start stream? I started stream approximately 8 minutes ago. So they got a lot of stuff, and then of course there's other kits and stuff that aren't necessarily new, but they're all available on here. They've done a much better job on the store, kind of pointing out things that you can get, colored things for your stuff. So there's not a lot. I don't think there's a lot going on in the suit department yet. I'm assuming at some point they'll tackle that, but I think they know as well as everybody else that it's going to make them a lot more money if they sell ship stuff. So it's a lot more, a lot more stuff coming in, I'm sure, down the road. So that's kind of where we're at as far as new purchasable items. You can get all that stuff if you want. You can get none of it if you want. It's up to you, but we're definitely gonna take a little bit deeper look at the Type 8 today. And I wish I wanted this one more, because I like its look, but I don't really want to pay for it. And the Beluga liner, like I said, I'm pretty sure I could build that fairly quickly and cheaply on my own with the new rules going in on engineering. Speaking of new things, let's take a look at these patch notes here real quick, the update notes. Okay, so there's some things here. There's an issue tracker. There's some things they know about. Missile racks not firing correctly. Oh, I remember that one. That's been around for a while. They fixed the LOD issue with the Oracle resulting in holes in ship's model when viewed at distances. Okay, fix for missile racks not firing correctly. Now that one was kind of a bad one. There was I thought well, actually I haven't tried it in a while. So they used to be, I think that the one they're talking about is if you had 5 missile racks and three threes and 2 twos, like the twos wouldn't fire or something like that. I stopped building ships that way, so I haven't looked at that in a while. Fix Python Mark II hull and integrity being unable to be repaired. What? All right, so they added the lake on. And they added, not only did they add the ship, they also added some advertisements for it in the game. Imagine that. They added some pre-built ships. There's all the ships: the Stellar, the Standard, Type 8s, Passenger, Jumpstart, and the Bounty Hunter Jumpstart. Like I said, those two, I'd love to check them out, but I'm not necessarily interested in buying them. Let's see, the Python Mark II now included in general shipyard stock for Odyssey player. I wonder if that. I bet you the Stellar's not, though. I wouldn't imagine they would give you the Stellar. But you could technically buy the regular one for credits, and then buy a ship kit. There is a new ship kit too. There's a Venom ship kit, which I don't happen to have on screen. They don't have that on the front page. What's up with that? Let's see. So here's the engineering changes. This one's going to be interesting because it's basically just simplifying and giving us more stuff. But hopefully, that's enough to encourage people to build more stuff, right? So the alterations made to the empowering rule set and systems. Empowering engineering rule set and systems. Updated engineer roles to be consistently give you a fixed role, depending on the grade of the recipe and the commander rank with the engineer. It's a pretty straightforward change. It's basically once you get your engineer to level 5, which is going to happen anyway. I would assume by now, a lot of people, when they go to the engineers, they just go ahead and try to max them out right away. So you do that, and you could, potentially have all that together. They increase the material availability at grade 4 or 5 farming locations by increasing resources of materials, and in some cases the payout per source. So that's an interesting one, and we will probably maybe get to look at that sometime this week. If I don't get to it today, I will get to it later in the week. I'm going to try to build the Type 8, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to need to probably get some materials, and we will find out just how much of a time savings it is, and whether or not we have to consistently log out and log back into the game over and over and over. I don't know. I feel like that might not be a thing. There's also some other things we'll talk about here in a little bit. Updated unlock requirements for some engineers. Now, I don't know these engineers. These are on foot engineers. So Hero Ferrari, he's less rest settlement defense plans. I hear that's a really hard one to get. I've never tried it, so I don't know. Yarden Bond, smear campaign plans, down from 8 to 5. I don't know what that is. Wellington Beck, Cat Media. That's a good one. I like Cat Media. And then also classic entertainment or multimedia entertainment required 15 total of all of it. Kit Fowler opinion polls required 5, down from 10. Now, I don't know how much that's going to help. You guys let me know in the comments below. The removed power regulators from recipes. Now there was a glitch with those. I remember watching a couple streams way back when I first came back to Elite, and they were talking about these, how to get these power regulators and get them without, and just like stockpiling them and all this stuff. Maybe that's why they did that. I don't know, but I'm sure it makes things easier without them. Got your backpack capacity changes. Maverick suits. They have Artemis suits and they have Dominator suits. Now they've all been adjusted, right? Except for data capacity. Only one that went up on is the Maverick suit. Here's the thing about suits, guys. The thing with the suits is kind of like, how people try to build ships that do everything. It's kind of what they try to do with suits too. They want a suit that pretty much covers everything. If it doesn't, that's okay. They probably don't engage with that content. So, making these changes is probably awesome. The only one I think most people care about is this Maverick suit. The Artemis suit, I think that's what, War Exploration or something. I don't think that anybody that does stuff in the bubble, they only care about this suit. There's really no reason to have a Dominator suit or an Artemis suit for them. So I don't think, I remember seeing on the stream, the dev was talking, or Zach or somebody was talking about, well, maybe it'll encourage people to build multiple suits. Well, no, because changing the suits is a pain in the patootie, right? You have to go into that Hollow Me thing. Nobody likes that thing. It's nifty. It looks cool, but it's very cumbersome. Takes a long time. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And it takes too long to change suits. And most people, that I interact with are mostly these guys right here. So this is great, but I think still, at the end of the day, having 3 suits was probably not the way to go. You probably should have. It might have been easier if you had 1 suit and you were able to swap out modules. Right now, I think 2, you can only build a suit once from what I understand. And if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But the suits, they don't, once you build them, they're kind of built. You can't even replace the module even at burning the one that's currently in it, you have to build a whole new suit, and ain't nobody got time for that. So this is the suit that I think they should have focused on, and then obviously they need way more options as far as suit skins and stuff like that, and they are a little bit spendy. It's the suit stuff is much more is at least as expensive as ship stuff, and I know people are much more interested, and unless they make videos, they're much more interested in their ship looking good rather than their character, because you don't see the character that often. Okay, so here's another one. This is a Thargoid change. Contributing to taking a Thargoid control invasion system will now reward engineering materials upon system completion. All grade 4 and grade 5 encoded manufactured engineering materials are eligible as rewards are determined by a percentile of individual commander contribution. Tier 1 is 120, Tier 2 top 75% is 60, and Tier 3 is... Okay, now that's fine. The only thing is that it might come up down here. Let me go ahead and read this part. 2 materials are picked randomly from each material category, raw. Now it says raw and encoded. So now it's including raw. So I don't know. This part just says encoded. This part says raw, encoded, and manufactured for a total of 6 different rewarded materials. So for example, a commander with the top tier can expect to receive 20 materials of 6 different types for 120 total. Materials are randomized per system, so all commanders contributing to a system will receive the same type of materials when that system is completed. The rewards will take you to the microsource cap, but not over. Now, so I think what they're saying, any rewards which would have been over the cap will be lost. Now that's the part that's going to cause a little bit of pushback, because you don't want to. What they should have done there is let you at least. They need to at least tell you, like, you're not going to be able to collect all these. Are you sure you want to do this? And if you say no, then let the message stay wherever the message is. I'm assuming it's going to be an email message, because that way you could run over to the material guy, trade down the materials, and then pick this whole thing up, right? All these materials up. So that would have been a better system, because this one where you're just going to lose materials, that's going to cause a pain point with the player base, because they're not going to want to, because now you're making us go through the trouble of making sure that whatever we're collecting, we have plenty of room. So we have to preemptively go do this, rather than the game just saying, hey, if you do this, you're going to lose these materials. Is that okay? Now, that would have been a better system. But no, we don't get the better one. We get this system where you're going to have to make sure ahead of time. If you don't want to lose materials, you're going to have to make sure that you have overhead enough overhead to pick up the materials, which could be, depending on what materials and how many, different types, it could be a pain in the patootie, because you're going to have to go to 3 different traders to look and see if you have enough to pick up the stuff. So it's kind of a pain, but here again, it's not earth shattering. It's not, what do they call that? Game break. It's not totally game breaking or a deal breaker either. Rewards are issued on an hourly basis, and an inbox message will inform you of your archive tier. Now, see, they've got something that when you collect materials from rewards in game, if you can't collect them, it grays it out, right? So if you can't collect a certain reward, it grays it out. Now you can go back and just choose something else. You could choose reputation or money, but normally if you have a level 5 or 4 material, 4 is probably being the raw. So the 4 or the 5, if it's grayed out, you can just keep that. You just keep the mission until you can run over to the whichever engineer you need to go to, and then trade down the results. It's probably kind of what should have happened in the inbox. Maybe that was too much trouble. I don't know. But in any event, so commanders, be careful when you're collecting your rewards. Make sure you have enough overhead in your storage to collect the materials before accepting the mail. I'm assuming that you have to actually accept it or just leave it in your mailbox. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I'll see when I start doing some contributions to the Thargoid War. They had quite a few bug fixes. They fixed the crash while idling a ship bundle store, updated the new commander packages stats to more accurately reflect the content. Not sure what that is. Release fee for pre-built ships now calculated correctly when ship has been impounded. Okay. Fix for luxury cabins not counting as suitable for lower classes of passengers. That's kind of cool. So like if there's extra room in first class, you can just throw your normal passengers in to the first class. That's kind of a cool thing. See, they did that for them. You know, come on. That's not throwing materials away, guys. That's bad. Removed SEO mass lock from small planets to be consistent with medium and large planets. That's great because that drives you nuts. Like I was wanting to show one day, I was like, because when you take off from a planet, you usually have to wait till you pull away from the gravity. But with the SEO, you can basically hit the boost, and it just shoots you right out into space, and you don't have to wait what seems like 25 minutes before you're out of the loop. So now, and I didn't realize it was small and medium. I wondered why it only did it on some planets, not all of them. Now I know. That was a thing. Now it's not. So that's good. I love that. So they removed the power draw from experimental. That's actually really cool. That means we can build the larger gunships without as much power use, which might open up things like being able to use Guardian weapons in places that you couldn't before because the stabilizer would take you over the edge. They removed the power draw from experimental weapons and the stabilizer. Wait. Removed the power draw from experimental weapon stabilizer modules. Okay. Removed SEO mass lock from small planets. Got that too. I'm like way up here. Added SEO fuel consumption stat when viewing the module. Okay. That's interesting. Fixed an issue where ships could jitter whilst using... Oh! Hey, that's one. I've seen that a million times. I didn't even... Yeah, I wondered why it would do that. It would just go... and just wiggle your ship. And you'd be like, what the hell, dude? What the hell? Come on, man. So, let's see. What else? Fix some visual effects not playing correctly after sabotaging drop boxes at Thargoid spire sites. Okay. That's the sabotage thing. I don't do that part, but okay. Adjusted orbit lines to display cleaner in various instances. I like orbit lines. Sometimes I take them out, depends on if I'm filming or whatever. But typically, yeah, orbit lines are good, so you kind of know where you're going. All right, so that's it for that stuff, right? So that's it for the store and the updates. Now let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at this bad girl and see what she's got going on. Let me see. Oop. All right, we got a message already. Who's sending me messages? Oh, so we just got a mission? Oh, the Dark Wheel. Interesting. Yeah, so that's interesting. I've never seen that before, but I don't usually hang out here. I'm usually out in the Thargoid War, so let's go ahead and we're going to park this girl and see what she's up to. We'll take a look at her.
Mission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 4-5.
All right.
Docking initiated.
I didn't finish putting her name inside the ship and stuff. I think it's Vagar. Vagar. It's a dragon. Now, you guys know already. You guys know what I'm going to do with this thing. I'm going to try either this version or the other one. I'll try to make it into a Thargoid ship. I want to take a look at it for a minute and see what we got in here. Now, it is a pretty ship. Like I said, this is definitely Han Solo approved, and yeah, he's definitely down with what we're spewing here. He's down. It's true, all of it. That's what he said to me. That's all he said. I don't know why he said that. So let's go ahead. We'll take a look at this girl, see what's going on. All ships are ladies, boys. All ships are ladies. Whether you like it or not. Pretty good, huh? Let's take a look. See what we got here. Now, most of this is trash, guys. I'm just going to be honest. So, it comes with... Now, this may not be bad depending on what configuration. If you were just going to use it for... if you're going to use it for mining and you didn't put all this mining stuff on it, then it would be great. No, the biggest challenge I see with this ship here is that there's one class 2 and the rest are class 1. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing's got a lot of damn guns on it, though. It does have a lot of guns, so you could these pulse lasers, multi-cannons, all that. There's pulse lasers and multi-cannons. That's just two things this thing's shooting. Now, obviously, whatever your primary purpose is, that's what you're going to need there. So if a pulse laser is for mining, then of course that's a great one. Just leave it in there. The other thing that it can take that if you're going to make it an AX ship is you could go, let's take a look at the experimentals and see what we can put on this thing. Now, so it can only take Guardian ones. Now you could use Gauss cannons. You could use... I don't think there's a one shot. Now, you could put a nanite torpedo on there if you wanted to make it a bomber. That's the only... It's a smaller torpedo, but it'll still work. It works just as good as the... The only difference between the 2 and the 3 is the number of ammunition it carries with it. So there's that. And then you've got your... what else? Trying to see what else they got in here. Okay, that's under experimental, but we also have a... okay, so that's... But we also have in here, we have a Guardian Tech Broker. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Guardian Tech Broker and see what kind of Guardian stuff we can get from this Tech Broker. Old Jeffrey. My old friend Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a good guy. So you want... No, we don't... Well, I mean, you don't need Guardian stuff like that. So here's what you're going to want to find out. Is what you can fit on it. As far as Guardian, if you're going to try Guardian, I'm not sure Guardian's really going to be a good solution here. But if you don't, the problem is this. If you don't use Guardian Tech, really the only other option is going to be like the beam lasers, long range beam lasers with thermal vent. That's the only other thing I can really see that would be even an option, and I don't even know if that's a good option. But there are 5 of them. Now you could slap on some Gauss cannons. I saw that earlier. I have a couple of those. The Guardian Gauss cannon fixed is a class 1. I don't think any of the pre-engineered stuff will work because it's all class 2 or larger. Okay, here you go. Here's the plasma charger class 1. What do I need for that? Okay, I need Guardian weapon blueprints. Guess where we're going, boys? Because I definitely would love to see this thing. Now, I don't see it being able to carry 5. 2 or 4 maybe. And then in the bigger slot, you either do the nanite torpedo or you do a you could do a laser as well, but you don't, since there's so many little one slots, you could just load it up on ones and let those cool your ship. Because if you have enough of those, I'm sure if you have three level ones, maybe it'll cool your ship okay. It's not going to be the greatest solution, no matter what I say right now. There's 5. Yeah, if you went with 2 Guardian plasma chargers, and then put the modification on them so that they don't get killed by the Thargoids as easily, then you can do that. And we're probably, when I say we're, I mean me. I'm going to probably try and build a bomber out of this thing. Now, speaking of bombing, Titan Thor is probably within a week or 2 tops, but maybe by the end of next week. So tomorrow, after tomorrow, tomorrow's the Thargoid tick, right? And then we're going to have so many things left to clear for Thor. And then we're going to be able to move on to attacking the Titan itself. Now, unless they pull some fast ones on us, which you know Frontier, they do that. We'll get in there and we will decimate Thor. Now, this time there's not a holiday coming up that I'm aware of, so it might actually get back to a normal schedule, and we might not have to. We might be able to get our reserve bonds early, because last time I failed miserably at predicting when we were going to have that Titan down by, so I was a day late. So this time, hopefully, we'll get her down. But in either case, you can always try to get unless they make it, stretch it out for the whole week, pretty much. Then I don't know. But we can get our combat bonds early, as far as I know. It's still a thing. So we can do that. So yeah, that's where we'd want to go with weapons, right? So, but the stuff that comes on it, this stuff, utility mounts, obviously, we would probably trade that out for 2 caustic sinks and at least 2 caustic sinks. Maybe leave 1 heat sink, and then put in a Thargoid pulse neutralizer to finish this thing out, and it would be fine. Be perfect for bombing. If we weren't bombing, then we'd drop a heat sink and pick up a scanner for the regular Thargoids, and then we would go to the Spire sites with it. Either one of these I think we can do, but I need the weapon blueprints, so I'm going to have to make a little trip. I'm going to have to go on a field trip. Maybe we'll do that this week. Now, optional terminals. Now, this is great if you're going to use this thing for... I do want to build what I call a gas truck, because I like to buy tritium. So this thing's got a lot of storage. And you could even get rid of, you could even put more storage in here. If you were taking the carrier to where the fuel is and just picking it up there, you don't need a fuel scoop. You don't need a shield generator per se. If it's got an auto docking computer already on it, so you don't have to worry about bumping it into the station with that on there. So you'll be fine. Yeah. So it's already got an advanced docking computer, which is the most important part that you can put on any ship. Okay. I'm always waiting for somebody to lose their mind when I say that, but I think they know at this point that I'm just memeing on them. All right. So yeah, there's that. Now you can also, and I don't recommend this, but you can put planetary vehicle hangar, and you can take the scarabs and the scorpions. According to what I've seen, and I don't know if this is fixed or it's just going to be that way, this ship sits so low, it's a little lowrider, so it sits low to the ground, and it's a little too low for the scarab. That doesn't mean you can't just use the scorpion. A lot of people like the scarab because it just has more storage space. If they gave the scorpion one more storage slot, everybody would probably just switch. But I don't know that the scarab gets caught or not. I'm not going to be testing that anytime soon. But if you've tested it and you know more about it, leave me a comment section. Let me know what's going on, guys. So that's it. I mean, And it doesn't come with that decal on it. I put that decal on there. We could go to, what I was going to do is I was going to put this thing's name on it. But I wanted to see how it lines up because Vagar is a 5-character name, and I always have trouble with those. No. But we could put in here whatever we want. I'm just kind of curious as to where all this stuff goes. Gotta have one of those, right? Yeah, gotta have a Thargoid interceptor. Yeah, and that ship I was talking about, either way that we go, that ship, even if you had to put an AX a multi-cannon in the class 2, you could take out Cyclopses with it probably fairly easily. If everything was beam laser, you just did a bunch of beam lasers to get the shields down and then use the multi-cannon. Now it may take anything bigger than a Cyclops, it'll take you a month of Sundays, but it can be done. And that's how we roll around here, my friends. Now we got to have some string lights, you know what I mean? And this guy, he's a bomber. He's going to get some skulls, okay? So we're going to put some skulls on him. Now we also need to line that up there. So let me see how badly this lines up. So it looks like 1, 2, then it comes way out. Yeah, this one's all lined up funny. So let's see. Okay, so there's definitely 2 in the center. This is a toughie, guys. So we'd have to go V. Yeah, it would be off to the left. So we could go V over here, right? I hate this thing. There. Let's just take a look. I'm just going to take a look. This is part of the fun, guys. This is actually Vagar. Then we gotta go back. G. Oh, the other way. The other way. Coming back. Here we go. G. Then we gotta get another A. A. Where's A? A's down here. For some reason they put the A down here. I don't know what they were thinking. GA. And then we need an R. Give me an R. And then let's see what. Let me see how bad it looks. Let me see. I mean, I do change these, every now and then. Okay, let's see what it looks like right now. Okay, so actually, so what I think we can do, if I can almost get it right in the center. Look at that. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do now. Because there's 3, 4. So we could go off center it to the left a little bit. And then we could get it in there. All right. I like putting the names of the ships in instead of my name because I already know my name. I can never remember the names of the ships. And that's how I remember what they do. So, so you don't have to go out and look at them and go, oh, yeah. And it'll show up on the hull once I get it. I also have it so it shows up on the hull from the outside as well. So, let's try it again. What's the High Valerian way? Tell me how they spell it. Or were you just trolling me at that point? Nice star, by the way. How do they spell it? You might have to look it up. Well, you're not much help, is what I'm saying. Hi, Valerian. Spelling. Oh, right. VHA. There we go. There we go. We got it. It's VHA. So yeah, now we can line it up. Okay, let's do this. Let's do V. I spelled it wrong anyway. So there, that's even better. I like VHA. V. Okay. Now this one we'll just put that there for now. Okay, back. VH. Good idea though, Sarge. VH. A. Why is this doing this? Quit it. Quit it. Quit it. Didn't I change it? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There it is. Okay. All right, we got it. Let's get out of that. VHA. GAR. Okay. Oops. Darn it. Now I screwed it up. Did you buy the beluga, Sarge? G. Need a G. Give me a G. Give me an A. Give me an A. I need another A. It's down here somewhere. Give me an A. All right. Vigar. Vigar. Oh, don't you hate when you go the wrong direction? Okay, let's see how that looks. This isn't... Oh, yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Oh, yeah. Now, we got our Thargoid thingies out on the ends there. See, that's why I wish they lit up. They should have had the lights, like, in the hearts. Or, you know, something to make it cooler. But, whatever. It is what it is, right? Vagar. Yeah. That's hot. We can, and then I can fix it on the spelling of the ship. Oops. Library. Let's go in here. Okay, all right, VHAGAR. There we go. Now it's cool. Now it's got a cool name. See, I've been trying to teach Sergeant for a long time how to, like, just come up with names and stuff. He likes the Dragon movie, the Dragon TV show. I just went right to that. See, there was no, like, a lot of thinking here. I was like, yeah, this thing could be a Vagar. Sure. Why not? With the right guns. Well, I just went over the patch notes. I also went over the store, all the new store items. And now, well, right now I'm just kind of playing with the, see, you got to think. Sorry, turn on that thinking cap. Any favorite TV shows, cartoons, pornos, anything. You can name your ship anything you want. Just steal a name. You don't have to come up with any. I always come up with things that actually literally mean what they do, but that's just me, right? So right now we're screwing around in here because I want the ship to look good, right? So we got Vagar in here. We need to change this out though. I want to give him something different. I don't know about that planet. Oh well, we got to have this. Yeah, we got to have the female pilot. She goes in there, and then that. See, and I just kind of like, I'll just you know, copy it on the other side as well. And there you go. All right. So there you go, guys. That's how you do it. Vagar. Vagar is born. See that? See how good we did on that? Yeah, you can name one of your ships Vagar too, because there's no copyright on the ship names. If you want to call your ship Vagar, you can call it Vagar. It's okay. I'm not going to come after. I won't come after you for a copyright violation or anything like that. It's actually kind of flattering, because then I thought up the cool name for the ship. Okay, you can name it Vagar. Go ahead. But you can name it after the characters too, like with the Queen. The Queen, she's badass. Either one of the, you know, the two lead lady characters, they both have cool names. They all have cool names, especially the what are they called, Valerians or whatever? Yeah, Targaryens. Sorry, Targaryens, Valerians, whatever. Call them whatever you want. All right, so now we've done looked at the layout. Okay, haven't decided exactly what we want to do, but I do want to finish engineering. So I started engineering, obviously, or I didn't run out of materials, but I didn't have the particular materials. The way they do the engineering now is actually, I mean, it's still not the greatest engineering system in the world, in my opinion. However, the way it works now is so much better, and it is so much less of a you don't have to guess how many do you need. Do I need 4? Do I need 5? You know, for each level you need 4 and 5. If your engineer is, obviously, you're gonna want to get your engineer up to level 5. I mean, that makes logical sense in progression. I don't know that. I don't think nowadays people don't probably sit on level 3 for 200 months or whatever. They probably don't do that anymore. I know I don't do that anymore. I even when I got my second account, I've just been waiting for this patch so that I can build another. I'm going to build an anaconda on my second account so that I can collect materials faster, which is one of the things we may have to do today. So let's take a look at what I was looking for. Now, and I've told you guys this before, but when I build these things, I think this FSD is... Okay, so this FSD... Okay, so I ran out of chemical processors. You can already tell. So I already need 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3. Right? So I need 5 chemical processors. Manipulators, I need 5. Chemical manipulators, I need 5. Right? So I know exactly what I need to go get now. This is beautiful. Already I feel like, that is so wonderful. So guess what? We'll go visit the material trader. And this is this ship's got a decent jump range. I've already started working on the FSD. How far did I get it? Or was that what I was just looking at? Okay, that was what I was just looking at. So the FSD is not quite ready for prime time, but all the engineers are real close. So let me see if I can find. Here, we'll just go over to Nara real quick. And I know you guys love it when I show you Inara. So it thinks we're next to Diogandri, which is fine, but we're not. We're actually we're at Shin Rarta Desora, which nobody can say that, so I don't even know why they named it that way. All right, so then you go to the map trader, right? And you hit the search button. There we go. We want manufactured. Timbered Aldous. I've been there a million times. And you just copy it with this little copy button right here. Copy to clipboard. You go in here. Go over here. Go to navigation. Then you paste that in there. Hey. All right. Now you can actually go straight into the system if you want, and then just find the gateway. Sorry, I've done this so many times. This is all autopilot for me. All right, so now we can fly over there, and it's only one jump. So that's good. Okay. The nice thing about going over to the, if you go over to the material trader, especially, I think more often than not, you'll be visiting the material trader. If you just go over to a material trader before you start building, you'll probably have a better life, right? So, and we're just going to get this green. Now, you know why I painted it green, right? Anybody who knows me knows why this ship is green. It's because it's a Goiden ship. That's what it is. It's a Goid ship. I don't care what anybody says. Now, the rebuy, even if I scrap everything off of here and build it from scratch, it's still cheap rebuy. Super cheap rebuy. Now, they did fix the engines. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But it sounds more like the the Python Mark II, where the engine goes boom and it boosts, and then it goes. It sounds like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because it really this thing goes wherever you tell it to go, and it is fast. I'll give you that. So we're gonna we always do the FSD first. And that noise right there, that's a similar noise to what the scythes make. It's one of the noises from the scythe. They've been doing some creative flipping around of the sounds, so they don't have to make new ones. So I don't know if the sound guy still works at Frontier or not, but that guy. He was so good. I'm gonna miss him. He's gone now.
Fuel scooping.
This thing's got a really, like, if you're just going to use it for like a gas truck, it's awesome because it's already got. Oh, here we go. SCO. Let's rock and roll, baby. Wow, this one. Okay, so this one doesn't pick up the speed quite as quickly as the MK does. But that's okay, because, I'm slow anyway, and I always forget to turn off the damn SEO drive. So, yeah. Vagar. Thanks, Sarge. You really fixed me up, buddy. You got me hooked up because I was stressing over that 5-character thing. All right, why is it at 20? Why? Come on, Levi. There we go. Now we're coming in hot, boys. This thing is a really interesting ship. I like it. So far. I'll like it better once I kill a Thargoid with it. But you never know. I might be able to do it fairly quickly. We got to see. I tried to do this with the Python Mark IV. Not Python, Cobra Mark IV, and yeah, the power just wasn't enough. Well, I'll tell you, Troll, by the way, 07s to you for showing up today. I've been doing videos for Elite Dangerous for a long time. The thing is that I keep a low profile. It's like the more popular I get, the more crap I got to put up with. But I do appreciate that you're going to give me a follow in. Yeah, I have. Now, I have removed many of the old videos because people kept asking me questions about naval rank and stuff because I used to do videos about naval rank. But the videos that I made about naval rank were so obsolete, it was ridiculous. So like 3-4 years after I made those videos, people kept asking me, well, how do you do and it doesn't work? And I'm like, yeah, I know, because the video's already 4 years old, 3 years old, whatever it was. And so I used to do a lot of videos, and I was partnered for a long time, and I'm still technically partnered, but I don't I don't know if there's a flag on my account that's turned off as inactive or whatever. I had left for a while. Had other things I wanted to do, plus some health issues. So I took a hiatus. And I also didn't want to reset up my joystick. That was one of the biggest reasons, because I didn't want to set up my joystick. Yeah, it's just so I came back, and I'm gonna write to support and see if they can just flip me back on as a partner. And I don't care if they don't do a big welcome and all that, but I just, I'd like to be able to do drops. Although I don't technically work on Twitch a whole lot anymore, but if I had drops for, say, a weekend or something, I might go do a Twitch stream just for that. But they say you can also ask for keys for drops, but I haven't. I should ask them and see if they'll just give me some keys so that I can give some drops away to people every now and then. That'd be nice. But otherwise, no. I just show people stuff, and mostly right now we are focused heavily on the Thargoid War, as it's coming into its 6th Titan within the next couple of weeks, and then we will see where we go from there. So now we're here. So I forgot what it was that I needed. I know I need 7 of one and 5 of the other. That's all I remember. So we can talk to the contacts here. We talked to old Theo. He's my buddy, Theo. If you've never met Theo before. Was it Chem Manny's? What was it? Let me go look it up. I forget. I would probably know it if I saw it, but that's just for the funsies. Let's look at what we got here. We got FSD. So we were looking for chemical processors and Chem Manny's. Yep. Okay, so there was some Chem Manny's. So you go talk to this guy, you go over here, you get this, you go in, find your Chem Manny's, that's what you need. And we need 5, right? Or 4. Well, we're probably going to need more than that, but like I said, I try to do just one thing at a time so I don't get my brain all discombobulated. But if you go here, yeah, we can get 9 for no reason. And then what was the other? Chemical procs? Oh, this one would be even better, watch. Because this one, 81. We'll take 81, sure. Okay. So now we shouldn't even have to move. We should just be able to do it right here. Since we have all this one pinned, we can just go down to the FSD and we should easily be able to finish this off. So generate modification. Generate 1 and 2. That should all be. Ha! Well, Bruce, I just don't do it anymore because well, you know what was happening, Bruce? I'll be honest. I was on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter, actually, but the software I use, for some reason, was really choking out, and it was not working. So every time I started a stream, I had to start it over 2-3 times. You know what that does? It reports out to everybody that there's a stream, and then it didn't work. So then when people click on the link, it goes to the wrong place. It was a nightmare for me. So I decided, because YouTube is really the only place I've ever really been able to push. I mean, I've almost got 10,000 subscribers here. So I am pretty excited now that the channel is partially monetized again. I still need to do a lot of work to get it fully back up to speed, but there you go, 3. I love that. That is so cool. So we already know we have enough stuff. Yeah, we didn't have to guess. 'Cause that's the one thing that, will drive you nuts. We might run out of the eccentric hyperspaces. Yeah, we're going to run out of data mine wake exceptions. So we're going to run out of the data mine wake exceptions. We can go get those as well. They're not far. But, here we go. This is 5s. Yeah, I hope so. I think what happened was unfortunate, but you know, I'm still here. I'm still doing video. I've got almost 100, I think 150 videos now on Odyssey itself, and mostly Thargoid War videos. There's some in the live section. I do have some in the regular video section, but those are mostly just news. I do news. Sometimes I do Thargoid War news, just with a brief kind of direction for the week for everyone. And then I usually get on the weekend and I show people what's available after that. Because usually a lot of things in Thargoid War happen real fast. So if you're not on Thursdays and Fridays, you might miss out on quite a few of the high value targets for Thargoids. Because the ones that give good rewards, people flock to them quickly and they tear them to shreds. So you kind of have to be on your A game there. We played some Vega. Yeah, I thought I recognized your name. Hey, thanks for the sub there. Re-energize me. Re-energize me. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. 07 to you. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. So, yeah, so we're going to have to go get some data mine wake exceptions before we can finish this. We can go over and see Felicity for you guys. Well, you're in luck because the mats are easier to chase now, apparently, allegedly. So we're going to find that out, because I'm sure that while I'm in the midst of doing this, I'm going to have to go get some mats for something, and then we will test that theory. All right, so now our FSD, we just need, what did I say I need? Data mined wake exceptions. We need 5 of those to finish this build. Okay, so we're going to have to go to a different material trader. So we just move back to our handy dandy Anara page, right? And we need encoded, and that's right next door here at LFT 926, right? So we're going to copy that, roger, roger. We'll go over to the nav panel, and we will go ahead and we will go over here to old LFT 926. We will find the station within, which is usually way over there, but it's not far. Okay, and then we get out of here. I visited these guys. I build a lot of ships, guys. I build a lot of ships. So if you're into Thargoid, I got ships for you. I know what to do. The hardest part with Thargoid is you can't really just build one ship and go do every single thing in the Thargoid realm. You have to have either different ships or you have to swap parts, whichever way is more convenient for you. Oh, there it is. Look at that guy, huh? Can I turbo with this? No, I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? Some of these guys that do graphic stuff, they know how to control the damn camera. I suck at it. I'm just going to be honest, guys. Not great. I need a cameraman. Sarge, I need a cameraman. Can you? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get past this station here. Let's give him full power. We need full power to engines, baby. Come on, let's get this thing moving. Just pop. Just boost. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now. The sounds on this thing are not normal. But we're already burning up over 500 without even doing the engines yet. I mean, this thing is a beast, man. It's fast. It'll make a great bomber because you can just get in there. You might be able to do 8-8 with this thing. I'll try it. Me and Sarge will go out. I'll get Sarge to go with me. We'll go out. We'll do 8-8. See if I can do the 8 of 8 challenge and see if I can get 8 with this thing. What do you mean throttle up? Oh, I'm going backwards? How's that? Is that better? Didn't like me go. I had the camera going back. Okay, so. Hey, things happen. You know, a lot of commanders don't show all the mistakes, but they make mistakes too. You just don't see them. Me, I just do whatever. You know, I try to tell people the truth.
Temperature critical.
What are you talking about? It's not even close to critical. Oh, Vagar. This is the baddest Type 8 in the world. You watch. I'm gonna get, let's
Fuel scooping.
get a little bit of gas. This thing's got a great fuel scoop, a 5A. That thing will scoop, yeah, it scoops fast. It's like, hello. You know, it's like done. See what happens. SCO this. Alright, got a lot closer, a lot quicker. But we did hit the gravity well, so we're gonna have to, well, you know. So it was a good plan. It was a good try. Sometimes you gotta try these things, see what's going on, you know? I'm still pretty close because it's taking me forever. I was wondering what the turning radius on this was. Alright, we're coming into Merida City now. We just need that one other part. And then we can look up real quick. We can look up and see what we need to get the experimental. Yeah, this thing's perfectly... When you're building ships, you just automatically, even if it's not a ship that's going to require that, you put a fuel scoop on, you put it whatever, just so you can get the work done. And then once you get the work done, then you're fine. And I know a lot of people, you know, when you know, the thinking in the old days was that you had to go out and you had to fill up on every single material, which I never agreed with. But that was the you know, the mainstream thinking was that you had to go get every single thing, put it on that ship. And I never bought into that. But I also didn't like collecting materials, so I'm really mad because I did not like the engineering system. I still don't like it, but I'll tell you what, if I can do it in less than 20, if I can build a ship in less than 20 hours, I'm going to be pretty darn spiffy happy about that.
Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking.
Oops, did I go the wrong side? Alright, where's the front? Where's the arrow? Oops, I went to the wrong side, didn't I? Alright, where's it turning at? Okay, he's turning right there, so we'll go over here. Look at this thing, just boost! Oh man, it's got torque too, man. This thing you just feel like the torque, you know what I mean? So the front should be over here somewhere. Hey, I found it! What do you know? Let's see if I go 1, contacts, request docking. Okay, now we should be able to see. There we go, commanders. Look at that, huh? That's the bomb diggity. Look at that. Now we can watch him go in. See how he looks. Well, it's not that it was just the grind. The grind part, there's a couple other things that really annoy people, and me included, which is, one is, you don't know where any of this stuff is. Like, they don't tell you, right?
Landing gear deployed.
They don't tell you, like, finding out where things are, you have to wait till people way smarter than you or me have to go find all this stuff and tell you where it is. So, and there's no intuitive way to know where these materials are. Now, I mean, you could say, oh, well, that's part of the fun. Finding, no, that's not fun at all. Matter of fact, if it was up to me, I would never do engineering ever. And I think a lot of people are like that. Not everybody knows about, you know, not everybody's perpetually on the internet and knows everything that's going on. And they play this game and they have literally no idea. They may know where to get some level 1, level 2, level 3 mats. But these level 5 mats, you got to go out of your way to find them things, you know. So you find them eventually. Now, fortunately, there are more videos coming out now about current Elite. There was a lull time where everybody was kind of not sure whether the game was going to continue or not. And now there's more of an indication that it's going to at least stick around for a little while. And I think more people are starting to make updated videos because so much has changed, right? So there's a lot of changes, and especially with the Thargoid War, there's still tons of people that don't even understand the Thargoid stuff because if there's so much of it, there's different ways, right? There's the passive Thargoids out by the nebulas. I'm not interested in them because they're not aggressive unless you shoot them. And then there's the very aggressive Thargoids that are, barking on the bubble's doorstep. Those I was interested in because they were already out to kill us. So it's real easy for me to get, motivated to go kill them back, right? So, but within the aggressive Thargoid, there's invasions, there's ground stuff, there's which I don't think the ground stuff's even working. There's invasions, there's combat zones, conflict zones, which are different than human conflict zones a little bit, and then there's conflict zones with stations in them, without stations in them. There's there's the spire sites, and there's two things you can do at the spire sites. You can poison them, or you can farm them for money, which is what most people do. And then there's obviously the Titan itself, which comes up as sort of a global type event. But the problem was that the barrier to entry on getting to a Titan was ridiculously high. I mean, I had to work my little hiney off to get in there. And then a few months later, they're like, "Oh, everybody can get. You just go to the rescue ship. You'll be fine." And I was like, "Oh, bastards." So, but I'm not complaining only because I did enjoy that time, even though I was frustrated out of my entire mind. So let's see, material trader. I can't even remember what we're looking for again. Something wake exceptions or something. Yeah. Oh, was it this? Now this one sucks because I need 5 of them things, and I don't. Oh, there we go. I do have something. This one's one that'll get me into trouble. So I think it was data mine wake exceptions. So I need 5 of those. And hopefully I have enough of these to get 5 of those. Okay, there it is. Now we should have enough to finish that. So we're going to go finish that. And we're going to look at FSD. Yeah, this is great because I know I need 5. Usually you'd have to get like 8 or 9 because you didn't know how many rolls it was going to be. So there's 1. Let's go 1. Oh, did I only need 1 more? Oh, sorry. I only needed 1. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't even realize I already did 4 of them. Okay, I only need 1, which is cool. Now let's go. So here we go. We want to finish. We want to top this off, right? So we go back to Handy Dandy Inara. And I keep two windows open. And then you go over here and you go data, engineers. You go find old Felicity. She's the first one you can unlock, right? You go over there, you find what you're working on. We're working on a frameshift drive, right? Frameshift drive. We've got, was it increased range? I think so. Yeah, right? Pretty sure. I mean, usually that's what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Why? What else would I do? I wouldn't do anything else. Okay, never mind. All right, I'm pretty sure it's increased range. But either way, it should be the same mats. Experimental effects. We usually will go with Mass Manager. Interesting. So yeah, we go with Mass Manager. So we just kind of go in here And I'm pretty sure that I didn't touch any of these, so these should all be right. But if you ever yeah, hey, thanks, troll. So yeah, I played Star Citizen. I kept falling through the floor in my room and stuff, so I got a little angry with it, and I couldn't figure out what to do. And my shit, when I got a ship and I tried to land it, and it kept like coming off the landing pad and going upside down. And this was only like 2 months ago. I'm like, guys, you had 10 years. Let's go. Let's at least get the landing stuff. Can we do that? So anyway, so increase range and mass manager, I believe. So, but if you're ever in doubt, just go over to your commander. Now you can't do this. You can only do this every 15 minutes, but you can import the game data, and it'll make sure everything's current. So all your materials are current. But don't tell them I told you that. They'll get mad. All right. So you have to connect your game to. There's a way, I can't remember how to do it, but you can connect your Inara to your game account, and then it'll update for you automatically. But when you're burning materials like what I'm doing now, you might have to update that. Or if you start gathering materials, then you need to update it so it makes sure you got the right materials. So let's go ahead and just double check Felicity here, and then we're gonna increased range, and then down here we need mass manager. So yeah, okay. So we have enough. We did use a couple of those. So yeah, we got plenty of those. We got a few of those, but we got 5. That's more than enough. So we can go visit her now. There's a couple different ways you can do that. You can either, well, one way is to go to your bookmarks, and it should be in your bookmarks. So if you go into here, go to your bookmarks, I think it automatically puts these in for you. Now, it may not. I may be wrong. Now, that may be because I installed like ED Copilot or something that it did this. But in my ED Copilot, if I go down to here, I literally have every engineer, and I think it just puts them in there for you. Then you just find the one you want, which I must have went right by her. Where'd she go? Felicity. And then you just go bing, and there she is. She's over there. And I believe that goes directly to her crib. Let's just double check that. We'll make sure that's it. It is in fact, yes, it's in fact going directly to where she's at. So then you can just fly over there and do your. This is one of the hardest parts, guys. This is, I mean, not that it's hard. It's just annoying because you got to fly around and, fly all over the place. Okay, so don't be too frustrated. It's a lot better now than it was when they first started this stuff, man. I was so mad. I was like, this is ridiculous. Because, two, also, besides, that it was ridiculous, and it was so random that you could never get good rolls. And everybody's going to try to get God rolls. Anybody that's especially if they're in the PvP space or anything like that, they're going to try to get God rolls. And so you had to collect way more materials at the slow snail's pace. And then, then you had to go get your God roll. So if you didn't get your God roll, then you basically had to re-roll the part. And I don't remember if it was like, had to go 2 back or 1 back, whatever it was. You could just keep re-roll the one thing that you didn't get the God roll on. And I think also at the beginning you had to finish each level before moving on to the next one, which was kind of stinky. So let me see. Yeah, so we're only 3 jumps out. We're not far. She's not too far. It's not bad. I've seen worse. The other downside is that you can't, once you're at an engineer's place, you can't sorry, I was going backwards again. Gotta quit messing with that camera. Once you go to an engineer, if you're at an engineer's place, you can't work on other engineering there. So like you're stuck only being able to work on whatever she does. And there's really, in most cases, there's only one thing at each engineer that you really want to have. So why is this thing going critical so fast? I'm gonna have to put some serious coolant on this bad boy. I just love that it's so fast, though. Did I scan this place? No, I did not, but we are now. Even though I've been running around in the bubble, there's always something you haven't scanned, right? So always make sure you scan it. Yep, Vagar. And what's your name of your Type 8, Sarge? Eric, welcome on in. Good to see you. Welcome on in. 07s to you. What's your type's name? What's your Type 8's name, man? Did you call it Vagar? Tiamat. All right, man. You were getting good, bro. Tiamat's good name. Good name. That's a 3-headed dragon. See? I know my dragons. I like space games and fantasy games, so I get a little bit of both worlds. This is what I usually do. I usually fly around the sun just enough. Then once I get lined up on my thingy, I just go straight and let the fuel scoop finish. And then we move on.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
We're disengaged, baby. We're out of here. They took a lot of restrictions down too. You can actually jump now much hotter than you used to be able to. Remember, I think back in the day you could only be like 30 heat, and if you were higher than that, or not 30, it might have been 40, but whatever it was super low. Like you had to be super cold to jump, otherwise you'd overheat. I remember very, very far back. I was looking at my account. I was actually in the pre-op. I couldn't remember. It's been so damn long. Let's see how far Felicity is out there. Felicity, where are you at, girl? Oh, you think you think you can be way out there? No, you can't. You're gonna get closer. You're just gonna get close. That's a lot closer. It's not as close as I would have liked, but it's pretty close. And I can show you guys some of the other stuff you can do too. The SEO drive is huge. It's game changing. That's another thing too, is you can go a lot faster now in Super Cruise. So if you want to get somewhere, and this thing does really well with fuel consumption on the SEO. We're gonna have to check out the heat. It seems like it's gonna have a heat problem already. Take care, Sean. I'm sorry, Sarge. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the big bugs bite. We'll see you next time. Yeah, I started a little late tonight, but I wanted to get in here. I had some job interviews. I'm trying to get another job just because my streaming career is not taking me to the heights I would like it to. But, I mean, I'll still stream. But it'll probably be, if I have a day job, it'll be at night. So, it's night now for me. So, that's where we're at. Alright, we're coming in hot on Farseer. I could have boosted a little bit more, got a little closer, a little quicker. But yeah, that SCO drive, supercharged overdrive, oh my god. The thing is so awesome. So after this, after we talk to Felicity here, then our SCO drive on this thing will be maxed out. Be ready to go to the next thing. Which will be what? Guess. Next thing you want to upgrade is either your power or engines. Typically, I don't remember which engineer comes first, the power one or the engine one. But whichever one comes first, that's the thing you should do next. Because some of this stuff, for people that haven't ever done engineering, they're going to have to get reputation while they're building their ships. So, you're going to want to do that, and you're going to need materials for that. So you want to make sure you get a lot of materials. Well, so far the Type 8 is just peachy. I like it. It's like I said, it's probably, I'm not going to use it for what its intended purpose. However, it does seem like so the best thing about the Type 8, in my opinion, is you can use the SEO without wobbling all over the place like you're crazy. And it has a more cargo room available than the Python, and it fits on a medium pad. So you can kind of take your Python and do something else with it. You could still use it, but you don't need to. You can use this. And this will be faster. It's very fast. I mean, I'm pulling over 300 turbo on this thing, and I haven't even upgraded the engines yet. We'll probably work on the engines after this, because I'm going to go through the whole process. I'm going to upgrade this whole thing because I want to see if I can do it in a reasonable amount of time. Now, fortunately, I do have some leftover mats from the last ship I built, so I may not have to go do as much material gathering. But like I said, I do one thing at a time, and that also breaks up the monotony, right? So like, it's not, you're not clouding your entire brain with like, I need this mat and that mat and this mat and that mat. You just do one thing, get it done, move on to the next thing. Now, is that the most efficient way? Probably not. But is it the most keeping your mind and body sane? Probably. So now you have to visit the engineers to get the experimentals, because they don't let us pin those for whatever reason. They should let us pin them, or my suggestion was to let us phone them in. You know, or you could like call her on the horn, tell her you need that, have her ship it over to me after she builds it. So maybe there's a build time of a few minutes or whatever, and then she ships it out or whatever to wherever I'm at, and then I just get it, you know, like delivered to me. Yeah, the ED Engineer app. Yeah, you bet. I just use Anara for that, but yeah, I also use ED Copilot, which I really love. I love ED Copilot, especially when I'm flying around systems, because she'll say, or whatever, the computer will say, hey, this is a good place to gather this and this and this. You should give it a shot, you know, and you're like, ooh. And if you happen to have a ship that does collection, well, there you go. Stick around a while, hang out. I mean, it gives you options, gives you things to do. So we need to go to her workshop here, right? And we're going to work on this FSD. And we're going to select it. And then we're going to come down to level 5 here. And we want that experimental. We want the mass manager. Boom. So this thing's optimized out now, right? So it is what it is. It should have, that was the FSD, right? So you could look if you wanted to. I'm sure there's other ways to look, but this is how I look. I go in here. I let her spin around. And, well, not her, yeah. Old Vagar here. Tiamat. I like Tiamat. See, Sergeant named a ship. I've been trying to teach him forever. All right, so current jump range 42. That's huge compared to what it was. So we got a nice average jump range, right? 42. Okay, we're G5'd on that. Look at that 5-star Titan sticker. You got one of those? Hey. I'm flexing right now. Look at my muscles aren't what they used to be, but so all right. So now we're done with that. So now what I would do is I decide, okay, what am I going to work on next? We can't do it here. That's the other problem, right? So you can't even there is no engineering. So you can't even start on the next project here. You have to go somewhere completely different. So that's the only downside. So what I would normally do is I'd send my ship back to the carrier or whatever. All right, you can just send it to the next station or a different station or whatever. But you go to Galaxy Map, we'll go ahead and send her home. Because we need to find a spot, and this is probably not too terrible. Now, I'm over at Diagondra because of my second account. My second account can't get into the Founders World. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do stream on a regular basis. However, Saturday is the most consistent. But yes, I do have many many, many videos about Elite Dangerous. For just Odyssey alone, I think I'm pushing 150. Just in Odyssey. Like I said, I took all the other ones down because they were just so old and people were asking me questions that I really didn't even remember the answers to, because I haven't. And then when I check it out, it's not the same anymore. So, but in any event, you can go wherever you want. Sometimes if I've already started the next module, then I can just go to the next engineer. So let's say we just want to forego that and go over. Let's figure out what we want to build. So let's just say we want to build a what's Bill got? He's sensors. Don't care about that guy. Brew, don't need him right now. We might need Brew later though. I always do the weapons last because you never know what's going to happen. So this, no, can't. We definitely don't want to go to any of these guys. 21,997 light years away. How about no? Shield boosters, we don't need that. Power plant. So Hera's got the power plant. Now the power plant would be a good thing. However, I usually do. I think I do engines next. So who the hell does engines again? Palin. He's our guy. Okay. So you can go to Arquette, and then we can just see how far away he is too. So let's go see what he's up to. Now we may have to get some materials while we're out here, but that's not a big deal. So we can go up here, tell it to go to this thing. Hey, thanks for the sub there, Quantrum, and 07s to you. Right on. Okay, so he's also in the bookmarks, but you can do it either way. So there's lots of different ways. All right, let's go ahead. Bookmark that. Let's go ahead and go in here. He's a lot closer. He's only 4 jumps away, so this was a good call. We want to see the planetary map. We want to go ahead. There we go. We got everything we need. So we'll just go see him straight up. Because he's next. He's next in line. So my schedule changes a lot because I've been unemployed for a while and I've been looking for jobs, so I can't. The only day I really usually commit to is Saturday. And depending on if I get another job or whatever, I'll be able to stabilize that situation. Because usually, as I also drive. Okay, this is a good one. Well, since we can see the, all we gotta do, we can see the next jump point, so we don't have to. All we gotta do is get on mass locked, and then we can jump directly to it.
Disengaging automated flight control routine.
As long as we stay above the line. As soon as she gets up in speed, she'll go. Let's get her rolling, and then all we gotta do is point the nose down. There you go. Won't stop us now. Who always needs help in IT? That's what I do. I do IT. Who are you speaking of?
Fuel scooping.
Well, I mean, to get into the Thargoid stuff, let's see. Troll was talking about maybe playing some catch. You don't have to do a whole lot to get back into the Thargoid war because they made everything kind of where you can purchase it for credits. So you might need a couple credits, but just get if you just get the basic weapons, you can make billions without doing much of anything. And you can take human ships to spire sites and stuff. So as long as spire sites still exist, there will always be that avenue for making money. I don't know that we're going to actually be able to eradicate the Thargoids, but we're definitely going to make them less potent. They're not going to have 8 motherships, at least not for, not for some time. I think it took them 2 years to get out. to where we are now from the last time. So we don't know unless they come up with some other, you know, way to get them here faster or whatever.
System scan complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that they also want younger people in a lot of cases, and they want certifications that didn't even exist when I started doing IT. So I don't have some of the certification now. Maybe I'll get them at some point, but you know, it's one of those things where I'm not really looking to like work my brains out. And a lot of times that's what they do to IT people. They make them work, you know, 10-hour, 12-hour days, whatever, and they just beat them up. That's what they used to do to me. So I know. I'm flying the Type 8. The new ship, the brand new ship, Type 8. I'm flying the Stellar version. Because I'm a filthy coiner. I coined it. So this is a brand new ship. I'm actually just engineering it now. So I'm trying to find out if I can build this ship faster than a normal ship. Because a normal ship, if you start from scratch, it's going to take you around 16 hours if you're super fast, maybe 20. Yeah. So some of the, I don't have I have experience, but I have a lot of it. So, and that's even intimidating sometimes because somebody that's got 30 some odd years of experience, you know, they get worried. Well, for one, they want somebody that's long term, and you know, when you get up in your 50s, long term is relative to how much longer you're going to be alive. So we don't know after 50. We're not sure. We hope it's got all for the good. But then there's, you know, mandatory retirements and things like that. So. Well, that's the thing, is you don't have to grind as hard now, so it shouldn't actually be as grindy. Come on, get out of that gravity mode. Get out of that gravity well, man. Should be trying out No Man's Sky here. That's been really turned around. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan. That's all grind too. It's, you know, material gathering. I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I reluctantly built ships. You know, I have to like really you have to get in the right mindset where I'm going to hopefully find out now that that's not the case, and it'll be easier to get the mats and whatnot. And then I won't be so angry about it. Give me less stress. Yeah, that's the thing, is you want to get that's what I would love it if I could just get a 40-hour a week that I don't, and if it's got weekends off, it's even better. You know, 9 to 5. That's what I've worked for a long time, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I've got a decent car, got a decent apartment that's fairly inexpensive compared to other apartments out there. And, you know, like I said, I think it'll be okay. I have an interview tomorrow, so if that goes well, I'll be back on the road. But I'll definitely put aside time on Saturday for sure. Thursday is another day that I typically will make a video. I make short videos as well that are specific to, usually the ones I make are very specific to the Thargoid War, news, what's going on, where we're at with whatever Titan we're going after, and stuff like that. So under the regular videos, you find very short, 3, 4, 5 minute videos usually. I typically don't do like very focused videos trying to explain like the whole history of the game and why you do things this way or that way. I just kind of show you, give you a basic knowledge, and then if you want to take it further, you know, feel free, go for it. Now, this is kind of a place where we might have to leave here and go to a material trader to go get some stuff. I didn't look ahead of time, so we're just flying in blind right now. Well, thank you, Troll. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be a full-time streamer, but unfortunately, it's taking longer to get to that point than I had anticipated. So I'm gonna have to go back into the workforce for a little while. And when I'm old enough to retire, then I'll just retire. I can't yet. Can't yet without taking some huge penalties. I don't need any more penalties. I do drive for deliveries. Do that as well. So there's that. But but that doesn't make me enough money unless I drive for like 12 hours a day. I can't do it. Plus the amount of miles on your car and the amount of gas, and gas is still a little expensive. I mean, I do get discounts on gas and stuff because I signed up for certain things so I could get rewards back on gas, stuff like that. So I do that. Today I didn't want to go out today. I wanted to. This ship was burning a hole in my foot, so we're gonna. My wallet was screaming at me. So this guy does engines, right? So we'll see what we can do on these engines right now. Oh, okay, so it's already... Okay, all we need here... Oh, this is even better. Look at that. I didn't even realize. I'd already been working on this one. All we need from this guy is an experimental. And we want the drag drives. That'll give us our last little boost of speed. So we already got 2 things done. I did the one... I was over at the Founders World, and I did work on a couple of these things. But can't go any further. But we did get the experimental. We're all the way up to level 5. We are done, so let's move on. Now what do we want? Who's next? Now we definitely want power. So we'll go find the power one. We'll go find the power lady. I think it's a lady, too. And I think it's not... No, it's not her. What does she do that I like? No, I don't visit yet. She's too far. Sorry, the dweller. No, he does a distributor. I want the other one. All right, where the hell is she? Aha! Eritani, power plant. Let's go see her. She's over at Kiwimaki. Kiwimaki. Whatever. Maki. We don't even care. We're just going to go visit her. Let's do it. So far, so good. We haven't even had to go get mats yet. Exit. 1. Can't believe I already did that. See, I forgot that I even did that. That's how much I'm paying attention. All right. Oh, boy, this is a trek. Okay, but not bad. Let's go ahead and see where she's at. She's a couple jumps away, though. There might have been a better choice at this point, but... We look in here, we go down here. The jet's hole. So we're doing our power. Now the power, now that is going to be interesting. Because depending on which power we do, it's going to determine whether or not it's going to make a good bomber or a bad bomber. If we go cold, it'll be a good bomber, but it may restrict us as to what kind of weapons we're going to be able to put on that thing. And it will. But I'll tell you right now, the speed of this thing is going to be outrageous. This thing right now is pretty fast.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah.
Ship released. Departure
So,
authorized.
yeah, this thing. So this one, the jump point's behind the planet, right? So we can't go directly at it. Like you'll see, it's like way over there. See? So we're just gonna go. We're gonna go up and out. So you want to get, if you go up to close to 90 degrees as you can. And then once the mass lock goes away, hit your jump. Oh, you hit your super cruise, not your jump. See that? It's almost on it. Almost right there. Almost right there.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, maybe we'll, if we get into some material trading, that'll be interesting. We'll go get some. We'll get some mats. Like, so you don't need to go to. You still can do Jameson, right? And as always, go in solo. Don't go in open to Jameson because there's just people sitting there waiting for ding dongs to show up there and get their asses kicked. Then, but Jameson, they supposedly added some more scan points. So that's one place that I'm gonna try to go during a stream this week, is to go there. And then also, now see if you hit your SEO. Wow. We're out. So now we can just turn right around and go. So the you know, if you what was I saying? Yeah, okay, so at Jameson you should be able to get more scan points. So the only question is whether or not you're going to be able to sit in the one spot and scan them all, or if they're going to try to get us to move around. If they try to get us to move around, nobody will use the extra scan spots.
4, 3, 2.
Well, thank you again, Troll. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's because a lot of them are bored and they don't want to try the new stuff. I'm going to try some new stuff. So, and it's going to be stuff I may or may not end up finishing. I don't know. We'll see. But they don't want to try. A lot of people just don't want to try the new stuff. And you know, a lot of them, even if they are a content creator, I know that they gave them a peek at the ships, but I don't know that they let them have them. So I don't know whether they have to, whether the partners had to pay for the ships, any ships that they want now. I mean, getting a preview of it's great, and I think that that's more than fair. But I don't know. They may give everybody a Python, but I'm not so sure they gave everybody a Type 8, because I'm pretty sure they know. Frontier knows that literally anybody that's going to make a purchase will purchase the Type 8, because there are just tons and tons of people that love doing, you know, transport. And even though I'm not going to use it for transport, it's a ship that I wanted because it looked cool. So there's those guys too, right? So they already know that this ship is going to make them a small fortune right here. So if they don't give it to the partners and the partners don't want to make the content, then they won't. But there's other people out there like me that will just go buy the ships and then make the content, because that's, you know, what I do. But like I said, if I can get my partnership turned back on or whatever it's got to be done, I'll see. I'm gonna write to support and see if they'll put me back in the loop. Because as a partner, you actually get to preview other games as well. So they have these other games they've been really pushing, and I don't know how good that would be. I don't know how many Elite Dangerous players really care about posters and dinosaurs and all that, but I'm sure there's a crossover. There's got to be an amount of crossover. I'll go ahead and fill up here. Let's see, watch this thing fill up. How fast does it go? 4. Yeah, it's up there. It's 500. 522. It went higher than that, but I don't want to hit the sun. So we should be done right here.
Fuel scooping complete.
There we go. Now we just got to move away from the heat. You could do the SEO at a sun too to pull away from it if you don't want to wait. No slots. Not yet. Haven't heard anything.
Frameshift drive charging.
Nope. Got another interview tomorrow, though, for another IT job. Not in the mountain. The mountains are, whew, that road that goes up there is not fun.
3,
It's kind of spooky.
1, engage.
No slots. We got another interview tomorrow, though, so we'll see how that one goes. If I hear anything back from the slot folks, I'll let you know. But so far, no. Slot tech is... The guy tried to talk me out of it so hard that I just let him. Eventually, I was like, okay, I get it. You don't think I can... You don't think I can hump 500-pound machines around on hand trucks. I get it. It's probably not something I would recommend for me to do either. But,
Fuel scooping complete.
alrighty, we are out of here, baby.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh. Oh. You want to know the slots on the ship? Which slots you want to know? It's got a ton of guns. It's got 6 guns, but only one of them is a class 2.
4,
So it's going to be a little tricky.
2, 1.
The utilities are 4. The internals, it's got a ton of internals. You can load it up with internals, especially for cargo. It's got this one's got all the cargo still on it. And if I was going to make it into a gas truck, I would dump the shield and dump the fuel scoop and call it good. But it flies really well. Flies pretty well. And it's just different because of the sound. Because it flies kind of like the Mark II, where it boosts and then it jerks. You feels like you jerk back, like so it stops on a dime. So it's one of those kind of ships. And that's what the Mark II does as well. Now, this thing is fast. I mean, it books. Next time I get it in regular space, I'll show you. This thing gets up. And I've only done the dirty drag drives so far. And I did the, what was the other one? The FST.
3, 2, 1.
So we're moving and grooving, and I'm forgetting I haven't scanned out here at all. Exploring, I don't think the jump range is going to be acceptable. I mean, you can explore in it, sure, but it's not, you're not going to get a 70 some odd jump range out of it. But it does fit on a medium pad, which makes it great for certain things that, it's got more space than a Python for cargo, so you don't have to worry about that. You can retire your Python or rebuild it to something different. And then the
Disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
yeah, you can haul all day long. You can do mining in it. I've heard people talk about mining. I'm not sure how well it does mining, but I know it is mining capable. And plus, it can carry pretty much the whole gamut of refineries and all the different style lasers that you use to break the rocks. The deep core, the lasers, the whole thing, the barnacle scratcher one, and all that stuff. So so it can work for that. But I think that the best purpose I can think for me is going to be what is that called? You can make a bomber out of it. I can make an AX bomber out of it, which I probably will. And then also gas truck, because a lot of times the fuel I want is on a medium pad station. So, and it, like I said, it holds more than the Python, so you can fill up a little bit faster. So that's a bonus right there. I bought this one, but then I bought also with credits. I bought the other one, the regular version of this. And I haven't decided exactly what I want to do yet. But if I do end up making old Vega here into a gas truck, that's fine. But I definitely have to make some kind of AX out of it. So we're gonna do what we can. I'm working that direction right now with this one. And if the mats are easy enough to get, you can actually rebuild. Like, one of the things right now is that when you when you want to redo your ship, you kind of have to start over on the whole refit. You know, you have to kind of start over on the whole mats thing. Well, if the mats are super easy to get, then it's not going to be as big a deal. We're not going to be as anxious or upset if we have to reformat the module, right? So I don't think so, because right now I have the full. Well, my weight might be a little much on this ship, but it's only getting like a 40. So I mean, if you could pull, you might be able to pull maybe a 50 something out of it. But I don't know. I just don't think that that's exact. I know the kind of traveling you like to do, and I don't think it's time to give up the cutters just yet. Or the anacondas, for that matter. Not yet. Not convinced of that. If I get to that point, or I feel like you can, then I'll let you know. Alright, so as soon as we land here, I've got to take care of my kitty cat. She has been, she's down there letting me know that I am neglecting her, and that's never a good thing in her eyes. So I will have to deal with that here momentarily, but that won't take me long. I just need to. Oh, yep, she's clawing me. There we go. Yeah, she's on a warpath. She's ready. She's like, hello, human. Yeah, there's nothing more important than me. Hello. That's how she rolls, and that's fine.
Orbital flight engaged.
Usually she makes me fly into a sun or something. You know, she'll all of a sudden her claws will go right when I'm, getting out of warp. Boy, it's dark out here, boy. Ooh-wee. This place ain't no joke. So we're going to go check this chick out now. We're going to see what's going on with this next part of my journey here. Yeah, I don't like doing this. I like doing this work. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just work on as much as I can and then just go back. I don't think I did that on this ship, because I am kind of looking forward to maybe trying to do some gathering of Z materials. Just give me a second. Give me a second, kitty. Come on. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. I know. It's definitely unacceptable what's going on here. I get it. Wow, it is dark as heck. Oh, there it is.
Recon
Ooh.
Foxtrot Echo 1. Automated flight control protocol initiated. Please submit a request prior to landing.
Now, is this thing gonna land right?
Permission authorized. You may proceed to landing pad.
I've gotten stuck in this place. Like one time I was too low, and it tried to pull me up to where the pads were, and it got me stuck. Like literally wedged me in between the mountain and those rails. And I was like, oh my god. All right, guys, give me just 1 second. Apologize, but kitty cat is, kitty cat is kitty cat. I'll be right back. Stay with me.
Docking procedure completed. Ship secured. Greetings, Commander.
Alrighty. Kitty cat has been sedated with food. She's once again whole. Alright, so what we're looking at here, we're at the Jet's Hole. And it is dark out there, baby. It is very dark. Alright. So let's take a look. Okay, get some gas here. Take a look. And we will find out what we're doing here. So, right now, we need to go to the workshop. Okay, power plant. That's the one I want with her. Now, I've already got whatever. So this is where the question comes in. But if we're going to make it a bomber, we have to go with, well, it's best to go with the low emissions power plant. However, when you do that, then it's going to restrict how much power we can put into the guns. I should have sold all those guns. I don't need all those guns. I can't sell them, but I can get rid of them because they're not the ones I'm going to... Doesn't matter what I did with this thing, I'd never leave those guns on there. So if you go overcharged, we'd have a lot more power, but then it's going to run super hot. And it might not be able to get to a Titan very easily. So we'll go with what we know. We know the low emissions power plant is probably the one we want. So we'll go with that. Yep, there goes my shield. And the shield will probably come off as well. Or I will change it to a bi-weave. I wish they would have put a bi-weave on it. That would have been great. So now we need 2 of these. A lot of stuff will change too over time as we get closer and closer to the build being done. Certain things we do to other modules will help us with power management. So we'll get to a point to where we'll be able to at least work it out. I love this. So far, so good. We haven't ran out of materials yet. Alright, doing good. I'm doing good, boys. We might make it through this. Yeah, that shield's having a day, isn't it? I'll give you an internal. I'll give you something internal there, Notch. Looks like, no, we're going to make it. We're going to make it through this whole modification right now. Now let's see if we can get the experimental too. I'm already excited. What is the okay, so thermal spread. You need thermal spread for Titan. So we'll do that. Yeah, I'll look at the internals because I'm going to have to look at that anyway, so we'll go down. We'll take a look for the notch. For the notch of cheese. The cheesiest pilot I know. I think you'll like this thing. It's so far every video I've seen on it, it's all been pretty promising. I mean, it's definitely, they're not building the ships the same way anymore. Oh, look, see, we're already over power. See, that's what I was saying. But that'll change a little bit when we do some of the other modules because we're going to do low power on them. And hopefully that'll bring us back into line. We're not that far over right now. We're only into like cargo scoop over right now. So if we turn off the cargo scoop. So here's your pulse, your class 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 class 1s on the hard points. Utility mounts 4. So it works for AX. We can make this work as a bomber or a Spire Sight thing. Cyclops killer, definitely. But we're definitely going to have to work on the power issues because otherwise we could go like a monster build or whatever, or at least partially. But yeah, then we'd have to reformat again, which is fine. the core internals. So your internals, you got a 1C there. 5A power plant's fair. Thrusters 5, that's good. I mean, that's why it's so damn fast. This thing runs like a beast. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to engineer some other modules to take less power. So, its power is leaving me a little wanting. So 5A, not the greatest power plant in the world, but it'll work. Frameshift drive 5, that's good. Life support 3Ds, right? Power distributor 4. Now that distributor's not super duper amazing either, but it'll work. This is the power distributor actually will change. Will allow us to also take the power draw down, so we can get that back into the green or into the orange. Sorry. Let's see. So sensors 3D. See, once we lightweight those, and we'll lightweight this. That'll also help with our jump range. Our jump range is only 42. It does have weapons on it. If we took the weapons off, we'd get maybe another 10 out of it, is my guess. Right? So that's, oops. Do not put vehicle bays in this thing. That's another thing right now. I think there's some issues with, I'm gonna get different shields. I'll get a bi-weave for it, even if I need a bi-weave. It just depends. If you're going to a Titan, you don't necessarily need shields. You just need a bunch of. We'd have to fill all these slots with reinforced hulls, deep-plated reinforced hulls, all the way down instead of all this other crap. The shield. The only time you really, really, truly need a shield, and it's at a spire site, because spire sites are notorious for pulling your ship to the ground. And because you fight lower to the ground in a lot of cases, and you're down there, and when you get shut down, you tend to get shut down a lot there, if depending on the group you're with or whatever. But that's the only time you super duper need shields, and you only need a bi-weave. You don't need this whole 5A thing. You don't need all that. You could get away with a 5. You could get away with a 5 bi-weave, and it would be just fine. And it would charge faster, and you can do the low draw so that it doesn't take so much power. Yeah, you could put a 70 fuel. Sure. We don't use in AX. We don't really use fuel scoops anymore. That's kind of not a thing. I only need it now because I'm flying around getting stuff. But yeah, so the vehicle bays, from what I understand, there is no fighter hangar. But the planetary vehicles, the Scarab apparently has trouble getting out from underneath the ship, unless you're on like a super flat surface. So there's that. And or if you park in such a way that your wheels are off the ground, like, so if you find a place where there's like 4 rocks and you can, so it needs a way to jack it up. You need that. You need like some hydraulics on there, so you could just, when you want to take your SRV out, you can bzz, and then jack it up a little bit so that the SRV can get out. I don't know if that's a thing that they're gonna fix, but I know that they're probably aware of it, because I've seen at least 3 streamers talk about it. I don't care about that, so I'll end up turning that off. See, if I just go right now, if I go over to here, and you look at your power draw, we're at 111%. But if I turn off the cargo hatch, we're still at 107%. So yeah, this thing is beating me up. So I definitely need to get rid of the shield, 100%, and I need to upgrade it. Usually I don't do shields till later, but yeah. So I don't really necessarily need a shield. If I go to a spire site, I throw a shield on it just for the shits and the giggles. But so, and especially if I do lasers on here too, that's some of the stuff is going to take up a lot more power. So we'll have to see how we'll work it out. I just haven't got that far yet, but we'll work it out. Let's see. What else? So who's next? What the hell did I just fix? I think the next thing is distributor. Power distributor. So let's see if we can get over there. So far, we haven't had to go get materials yet. I was thinking I'd get to go out and get materials for something, but I did collect. All right, so the next person. Now, that problem I'm having is because I went with the low emissions. Now, the low emissions for a Titan keeps you cool so that the Thargoids do not see you as easily. If they see you, then they tell the mothership, and then she starts shooting at you. She starts sending her buddies after you. You end up getting chased around by glaives and everything else. So it's better if you can do it there. Am I? Okay, well, I'll probably run out. I'm sure I won't be able to get through this whole ship. And I may not get through it all tonight. We'll see. We'll see how long I'm going to be on here. So, let's see. Who do I want to go see next? Here. We did the power plant. We need a distributor. That's the dweller, right? Where's the dweller? Yep, that's him. Got to go to Word. Word to your mother. Okay, we'll just pick him off the navigation sheet here. We'll go see how far away he is. We'll get him out of here. There he is. No? Ah, there he is. Blackhide. Ooh, he's out there. He's up there. He's way out there. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, let's go see him. Yeah, this is the hardest part about building the ships, you know, especially, I mean, the first time through you probably don't notice it as much because you're not going directly like I am jumped up. But that's how I build ships now. I got to go to each one of these because they don't let us pin the
Landing gear retracted.
experimentals.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
What was the jump range? I didn't see. I think, what did I say, 42? I think it's 42 now. It's 42. And it's running way over power right now, so we're going to have to. So we'll just go into Super Cruise, and then I'll hit the SCO, and we'll come right out. We'll get right away from this planet.
2, 1, engage.
Wow. And then you see it's going up. Then you hit it. Boom, boom. Watch that little thing on the right. We're out. That's all we need. Now we can turn right around and get back to business. Get back to our flight. That is like the greatest thing ever. That's one of the best things in the game right now.
Frameshift drive charging.
All right, we'll take a little trip over to the Dweller. We'll see if we run out of mats there. So I'm feeling pretty excited right now. I'm excited. We're gonna work this out, guys. We're gonna work this out.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, if I have to change something later, I will, but I'm building it normal right now. And we'll see if I can pull it off. Like I said, if I threw all those guns out of there that are currently on there, I would take away some of the power issues. And like I said, the shields, that's too much. I don't need those shields. Because even when you're going to, if you go to a Titan or whatever, you don't necessarily have to have
Fuel scoop
every
disengaged.
bit of DPS unless you want to try to compete with the other guys, the AX guys, which is just dumb because they are literally no life, that stuff, and they sit there and they hit that damn core like all day long and all night long and all day long and all night long. There's no way you're going to catch them. So what I do is I just make sure I got enough firepower to get me the rewards. And that's it. And then I screw around the rest of the time. Yeah, I think it's going to be better. I don't know if it's going to be fun, but it's going to be better. Like if you do have to, log out to the desktop or whatever, hopefully you only have to do that like once. And maybe not even that. The number of materials they're dropping now are huge. So that's going to be a thing. And like I said, I like to see that. If I don't get to it today, then I will definitely make another stream where I definitely have to go do it. Because I don't think I'm going to get through this whole ship before I have to go get some kind of material. So fortunately, I had enough. But when I do get to that point, I will do a stream where I test out all that material gathering and see what's going on and see how much better it is. Because when you're building ships,
Drive charging.
there's a different way to. If you're just playing the game, you get materials, but you don't always get the things you need. So there are places in the game where you can go to collect those, and that's the ones that they boosted all the material drops on. Now you don't need to go to the Saturn, hot Saturn, or Davs anymore. Really, you shouldn't have to do that at all. You still got to go to Jameson. You can go to now when you're Thargoid, you get materials too. You can get level 5 materials just for doing the invasions. So if you're fast enough and you get out there on a Thursday or Friday and you get some invasions on your belt, you'll make some materials. Now I don't know if they changed that. We're gonna have to wait and see. I don't know. I'll have to get a ship over there. Currently don't have a ship. My whole armada is here in the bubble. So we're I have to get a ship over to an invasion this weekend, and I'll try to do that, and also do that. We'll see. It may take me a little while to get all these tests done because there's just so many to do. But yeah, there's a lot going on. But when you're Thargoid and invasions, you can get a lot of materials. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. So you can get what was the other? Also, the energy wakes. Those are supposed to be way better. So those are the ones I want to really try. Those are the ones I usually go to get level 5s to just trade down. I just trade down whatever. Yeah, you can if you're in the market, they do have ships that are built for like AX, and they have some ones that are built for passengers now. They have some mining ships that you can buy for arcs, and you can skip that grind at least if you don't want to do that. Otherwise, and I did that on my second account. I bought the AX ship on my second account. I flew it out to the Thargoid War, and then I made like 3 billion in credits on it. So now I'm wealthy as hell, but I can't engineer anything. So there's that. However,
4, 3, 2.
yeah. Well, in any event, even to do AX, even just to do a spire site, you don't need much. You just need, it's the weapons. You gotta go get the weapons, and the weapons are for sale at rescue ships. So you just find any one of the rescue ships and you go to it. Hutner's one of them. I know the name of it right off the top of my head. I gotta let this thing get some gas. And then you can go there and you can buy the regular AX weapons, and you can take a human built ship. It doesn't even have to be engineered. I mean, you might want to engineer the FSD if you can. And then you can go right out to a spire site and make all the money. Yep, rescue ships. There's only like 4 of them. You know what they look like on the map, right? I can show you what they look like if you don't know. I can show you right quick. Where's the Thargoid War shit? See that? See that blue symbol? The blue and green with the cross? That's a rescue ship. There's only a few of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7, 8. Okay, so there's still 8 of them. 9. So there's 9 of them. So you can go in any one of those places. Now, the way you see that coloring like that is you got to go to this Thargoid War right here. Click on that, because you can look at the map in different views. We used to always use realistic view, but nowadays I use the Thargoid War view, so I could tell where my enemies are. Okay. So go to any one of those. So whichever one's closest, just fly over to it. Get a couple of the guns. You don't have to like go all in. You don't have to go. Just a couple guns, especially if you can get lasers. If you can get lasers, and especially if you can get. You can use a regular laser, but it's better if you get a thermal vent, a long range laser with thermal vent engineering on it. Because then you can just tag. Ship is the best for Thargoid. I would say crate. Most people start out with like the chieftain, and you can use a chieftain. The one they sell you for arcs is the chieftain, but if you really want to have a much better time with the time of it, I would take a crate, because a crate can carry more limpets and stuff, just in case you need to take repairs or decontaminate. You can also buy the other stuff you need at the rescue ships, which is you need caustic sinks, which is probably the most important thing. But you don't have to have that. You could take a limpet controller and or you can also burn off caustic. Like if caustic gets on your hull will start blinking like it's poisoned, and then you go into what's that mode called? Silent running, and then you run that the heat all the way up to like 120, like around 120, or sometimes a little higher, but 120 it'll burn off the caustic. But honestly, though, if you're going to go to a spire site, you need to get caustic sinks, at least one, if not two.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, you just gotta put some. You can have a shield, just get a bi-weave. If it's already got a shield, just leave the shield you got, and then just put on some hull reinforcements, just regular hull reinforcements. You don't even have to upgrade them. And then just put hull reinforcements and a couple modular reinforcements. I don't actually at a spire site. You could probably get away with just having like one hull or one modular reinforcement, and then you just like I said, you throw a couple AX multi cannons on it, right? And that's it. I mean, I can show you guys some builds when I get back home to my carrier. But yeah, I actually have. Oh, here, I can show you one here. I'll show you. You don't have to copy these verbatim, but once I get over here, let me get out of this thing here. Let's see. So this will cover you guys up, but I'll still be able to see what I'm doing. Crate is right here. So that's a crate. Now that's a fully engineered G5 crate, but you don't have to G5 it. Just put, do whatever you can. Don't even worry about it. Don't G5 it. But you can build it. If it doesn't have the cooling and all that other abilities, don't worry about it. That's a bomber configuration, but it'll work at a spire site as well. So yeah, so take a little screenshot of that. You can kind of get an idea of what's going on with the crate. I don't have the chieftain build because I don't really use it. I only use it as the coiner version.
3, 2, 1.
The filthy coiner version. It's really cheap too. I think it's only like $10. And I will play my second account more now because the engineering is supposed to be easier, so I'm going to want to find out.
Fuel scooping.
I'm going to F around and find out.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I mean, what you're looking for as far as a spire site? Let me get landed. Yeah, so as far as if you just want to go to a spire site, you want to make gazillions of dollars, I can show you real quick. As soon as I get landed here, we got to talk to the dweller. He's a creepy old looking dude too. All these guys are like 400 years old now. Well, they move and they change. So let me show you. I'll show you when I get down here. Okay, give me just a sec. Let me get down here on the ground, so I'm not flying into the planet. Yeah, you don't need a bookmark. I'll show you what to do because it changes, and you're gonna wanna pay attention. This is the kind of things I show usually in my videos. This is a special video because it's a day when we got new stuff, and I wanted to play with the new stuff.
Engaged.
So yeah, I'll show you here in a minute. I'll give you a preview. But I just gotta go sit down. I gotta go sit down, go to the lounge or something and show you. Yeah, I go over this stuff almost every video because there's always people asking. And as I've been trying to tell people, tell some of the other creators, it's like, people are coming. They want to know now. They're getting more interested. I mean, it happens to be towards the end of the war, but I mean, since we're down to the last 3, I believe now, isn't it? No, 4. Down to the last 4 or 3. I can't remember shit. 5, 3. We're down to the last 3. I had to count that on my fingers. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let me get down here and talk to the dweller for a minute. Once we're sitting pretty, we'll get it hooked up. All right, we'll let this thing land itself. All right, so here's what you got to do. Okay, this is what I usually do this on my Thursday video. Is you go to your web browser. If you got a second computer or whatever, that's fine, but it's easier if you do it all in the same one. Right here, and then you want to go to DCOH dot watch. DCOH dot watch. Hey, you see that? DCOH Overwatch. Okay. So in here, this thing tells you everything you need to know about Thargoid War, where everything's at, yada yada. Now this is the end of the week, so the tick is tomorrow, right? Thursday's Tharg's Day tick. The server tick is tomorrow. That's when everything resets. All the timers, everything. So what you want to look for on DCOH is you want to look for one of these. That means there's a spire site there. That way you don't have to go looking around. Now, if you want to know which ones are working, looks like if you see this symbol with the target and the whatever number there, that means there are other commanders there. So they're all at the Titan right now. I don't know what they were scraping barnacles, so they may still be doing that. They were rescuing humans from the surface of the Titan, which takes a very specialized ship you won't have. But well, we hope that at least the spire sites never go away, and the invasions. Those are the funnest. Those are the 2 funnest things to do. So what you can do, and this is not a good day for it, obviously. There is, but if you see a spire site that has a 100 here in the progress, it's no longer active. So, but if you can't see, so it's the end of the week, so we're kind of light on the whole thing. All these other systems can be attacked, but these aren't spire sites. These are just regular conflict zones, stuff like that. Okay, but you don't want those. You're not looking for those. What you're looking for is spire sites. So you're going to want to go to one of these, but now you wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll see this whole list will be different, right? Now you don't necessarily have to go after the one we're going after. So let's see. Okay, actually there might be some now. Let's see if there's any other ones that are available. So I was doing near Thor there because that's the primary target. But let's go ahead and look out. Let's look at the whole. We're going to look at the whole Thargoid War now is what we're looking at. So there's a lot going on. So there's a lot of systems, but I don't see any spire sites there. So if you want it, like, let's say, let's narrow it down. Let's go to spire sites. Here we go. This is even better. So you hit spire sites, and you look down the list. Anything that's not 100%, it's active. It's doing things. Now, if you, like I said, if you see that little control, if you see that little target symbol with the 1 next to it, that means there's other commanders there. You definitely are not going to have a good day if you try to go to a Spire site by yourself. So there is a group you can join. It's a public group. It's called the Anti-Xeno. That's XENO. So ANTI-XENO space initiative. If you join that group, you can go in there, and a lot of times those guys are the one. That's the biggest group that I know of. It's the most active group that I know of. So they're usually around, and if there's an event going on, or there's a Spire site that needs to be tackled, they'll be there, and you basically just jump in with them. And instead of being you don't want to be the front line. You want to be. So what you do is you follow it. I have hundreds of videos. I have a lot of videos about Spire sites. So if you want to go through my catalog of live streams, and a lot of them are not only they might be a few hours long, but a lot of times, if I'm doing multiple things in a video, I'll split it up with chapters. So you can go to the chapter on, and I'll say fighting, XXX with Spire sites and blah, 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 whatever. And so you go to that and you can watch and you can see. So basically I explain it every time. What you do is you let the other guys, they'll guide you. So you'll see, all of a sudden you'll see like tons of lasers pop out and start shooting something. Well, go shoot that. And you don't have to kill it, just shoot it. And then you will get the rewards. So right now an Orthrus, which is a spy, basically. Those are worth 15 million every time we kill one. So now, I think it was last weekend, Sarge and I went out to a Spire site, and we made well over $500 million, and we weren't really trying too hard. So, that was maybe 3-4 hours. We made $500 million. But like I said, we weren't with a super organized group, but we were with a good group. So we did make quite a bit of money. So that'll get you into the credits at least, enough to get you started. I literally I did invasions until I had enough money to buy a carrier. That's actually how I bought my carrier, was invasions. But Spire sites didn't exist yet. And after Spire sites came out, I got enough to buy 5 more carriers. So yeah, it's a lot of money. So anyway, hopefully that helps you. It gives you a little bit of an understanding. Like I said, just stick with me. Come see some of the other streams. A lot of times I'll tell you guys, I tell people where I'm at. I don't care if they want to come. If you go in that group also, the Anti-Xeno Initiative, make sure that you turn off report crimes against me. Turn that off, and don't fuck around in there, because if you start shooting other pilots, they're going to kick you out. So just be prepared. It's definitely a PvE group, so don't screw around in there. All right, so let's find out what's going on. We got to go talk to this guy. We got to talk to the Dweller. This guy's creepy. He's creepy. He's even creepy there. Okay, we need a power distributor. We have nothing. We got nothing. Now this is another place where we can get more power, but typically the meta is go with charge enhanced. So we'll go with that. All right, so we'll go with that. We'll do 2 of these. So, hey, we still got materials, guys. We're doing it. We're doing it. We might be able to get through this one too. We'll see. I wasn't expecting it, but there's going to be some specialty items I will absolutely run out of materials. Looks like this one's good to go. Good to go. I'm good to go. Let's see how we do. Oh man, just enough on this one. Unless we need chemical manipulators on the next one. And sometimes here's another trick I'll show you too. If I don't have the materials. Okay, so we're out of those. Yep, I knew I was going to run out. So what I'll usually try to do at that point is just do the experimental pick now, because then I can just finish that part off wherever the hell I am. So I don't have to come back to this guy. And this one I would do, this is one where you can, it's gonna change how you, okay, so we probably want to do flow control on this, because that way it'll, I mean, we don't have huge weapons on this thing anyway, so we want lower power draw as much as possible. And then when we get done, when we get these chemical manipulators, we'll finish that guy off, and we don't have to come back to the dweller after that. So technically what we can do now is word, right? So we can go to Aranara and change the search and just say that we're near word. And we know that this is a manufactured material. So the closest one here is Wilson Hub at Malay or whatever that is. Okay. So we can actually just take off, go over there, see if we can get the chemical manipulators and finish this one off. Bada bing. And then we're done with that. For now. Like I said, we might have to make some adjustments later, commanders. We'll get her worked out. I'm not planning. I don't even know that these ships are available in EDDB and all that stuff yet. So I'm not gonna do that though. I don't build ships like that. It's just not my thing. All right. I got a basic idea of what I want, and I go after it. And then on top of that, I know the rules for all the Thargoid areas. So we're trying to set this one up to go to one of the hardest places to get into. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll just go ahead. We're gonna run over to this place. We're gonna see a guy about some chem manis. We only need what, 5? So we've been there before. I must get around. I get around on here. Let's see. That's probably over here. Whitson. It's not my first ship build, apparently. Did I actually select that? I did. Okay, good. Okay. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it say it selected, so yeah, so we're just gonna pop on over there. We'll see. Yeah, if you watch my Thursday shows, I usually remind everybody to use DCOH Watch because it's so much easier than trying to figure this shit out.
Departure authorized.
This one's a straight jump out, so we'll say goodbye to Dweller. Bye, Dweller. Nice seeing ya.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, this thing just sounds weird.
Automated flight control protocol now offline. Thank you, Commander.
Haven't quite wrapped my head around the whole engine thing on this thing, but it's got some cool engines.
3, 2, 1,
And maybe they can do something like on a ground landing where it actually can extend the landing feet, because you don't necessarily want that happening in the station, but you could but you definitely need to extend the feet if you want that thing to come out, which could be a thing they might do. Don't know. I can't say that they will or will not. However, I don't think that this ship is really, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to take anything on the ground with this thing anyway. But I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't understand everybody's play style. Everybody plays different. You know, they do what they do, and they get their business taken care of and whatnot. So, yeah, it's can be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Beat Street Breakdown. Beat Street Breakdown. Whoa. Or is it raw? Can't remember. It's been a while. Been a little while. Well, I thought we were doing well. It's going a little too slow. Well, there's gravity right there. That's why. He's trying not to let me deal with this gravity issue. That planet was like. Yeah, so now we just don't have to go back because we already got the experimental. I don't think it makes any difference when you put the experimental on, just as long as you have it. Then you're done. Then you can move on. We got to get Vagar ready. We only have a couple weeks. Possibly next, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Might be Thor time. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of having to go outside the game to find all this stuff, but you know what? It's just like you could cry about it till the cows come home. They don't seem to be interested in fixing that. I think we gotta go this way. What if I don't want to follow the docking procedures? Did I go the right side? Oh man, did I go the wrong side? Dang it. Aha, there it is. There's the door.
Scan detected.
What? Don't you be scanning me. I'm busy. See, I'm working here.
Scan detected.
Da, 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 da.
Request approved. Adjust heading.
Now the chemical manipulators, those are a problem because I don't know, because I need 5, so we'll have to see if I got enough to trade it down. And I usually don't care what I trade down. I know some commanders get real about that, but I don't care. I just get what I need to get and go to the next thing. I got time to worry about that other stuff later. Some other time. And I'm building some other thing.
Landing gear deployed.
All right. So, talk to the guy here. It wasn't a Chem Manny's?
Dispatching ground crew.
Not 100% sure. Let's just double check. And we were working on... Oh, damn. Where's... Oh, I don't have that. Oh, power distributor. That's what we're... Yeah. Let me just make sure I'm getting the right... Okay, Chem Manny. Chem Manny. So go see our buddy old Catalina. She's a good friend. She's a good friend of the family. So we need these. Right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll take 9. What the hell? All right. Got 9. Should have took 10. Okay, we got the Chem Mannies, so that's good. That means we can just finish this off right here. Boom. Yep. 1. 2. 3. 4. And a 5. 5 chemical manipulators. That was my... Anybody know who that is? Let's count. Anybody watch him? All right, so... That's good. All right, so, okay, so we're good. We're good to go there, guys. Let's take a look. Whilst we're here. While we're here. Now, I'm not building this ship, telling you guys to build this ship. I'm just building it because I can. I would not recommend this ship for this. This is me after I've built 6 bombers, so I'm a kind of a bomber freak. Okay, I might be what you call an eccentric pilot. I like different things. And you know, I love showing up to the Titans with the boys, and then you know, watching their little faces. I don't know what the power on these. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. So I may end up having to redo that power supply. At least give it either overcharged or monstered. I don't need both. I might need one or the other. But that's going to make it run a little hot. So, but you know what? This is my experiment. I'm going to try it. So, and these utility mounts too, like this shield booster. These two shield boosters are taking up a huge amount of power. So there's that, and this point defense don't need that. So yeah, some things are going to change. It might actually work out. It might be just enough to where all I got to do is just shut off the scoop, and then we're good to go. We'll see. Not there yet though. So we've got, and lightweight alloys pretty much, unless you're doing invasions, lightweight is pretty good. If you're going to do invasions, I would suggest maybe the lightweight still works, but it would be better probably with the military grade. But it's not 100% required. I just wouldn't say, if you know how to fly even a little bit, you should be able to get along. So yeah, so we've got the last few pieces on this part. Like I said, there's some utilities we got to change out. I'm going to take this thing back to the carrier because I can switch out some of those parts live, so I can see what's going to be a problem, what's not. But we'll go ahead, because this thing is right now that little bit that it's out of, and that shield. I got to get rid of that damn shield. That shield is taking up a lot of power. I'll do a low draw, fast recharge, or super conduit, whatever it is. There's ways to make it so that it takes less power and charges, and the biweaves charge much faster. Like I said, to go to a tight though, you don't need a shield, because when you're getting shot, you're there for one reason. You're there to shoot the core. But while you're shooting, you can't defend. Well, you can shoot the vents too, but you shoot the vents and shoot the core, and that's it. That's your two jobs. So you don't need a whole bunch of other. You're not going to hang out in there, okay? You get in there, you do your business, you get out, and then you go and reload, and then you come back. You know, that's how that works. It doesn't. You don't have to go all crazy. So, yeah, let me get this thing. I'm going to get this thing back to carrier for now. No, I don't want that. Why did I even pick that? I don't even know why. It's just a habit from doing invasions. I'm just doing it, man. Just doing it. I like how they got the battle vortex symbol almost for galaxy map. Realistic mode. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and go to my carrier. Let's see how far away that bad boy is. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty good. That's right. We're over at Diagondry because my second account can't go to Founders World yet. We'll have to go grind that out. Maybe it won't be terrible nowadays. I don't know. I haven't decided which one I want to do. If I want to just do, because you only need to be elite in one thing, and I'm not a big fan of cargo, so I might just go exploring on that account for a while until I get. The only thing is the account has to be available for when it's Thargoid, because I actually take the second account now with my little coiner ship, and I go make the 2 million in bounties, and then I get the stickers. So I already got 2 stickers on that one, and 2 ship kits, or ship skins, and they come with kits too. So let's see, we're ready. How many jumps was it? Is that 5? Yep, 5 jumps. Okay, we could do 5. This thing's gun now. Let's do a gun run. Let's see how fast it is. This thing is, like I said, it's not done yet, but it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be real fast. This thing runs. This thing would make a great smuggling ship too, because of the speed. Not only is it fast in Super Cruise, it's fast real time in regular space. So this thing will get up, and it will outrun Thargoids. So it's not terrible. It's just not the worst thing. She'll always know now, because I'm the one. I got the green one. I made sure I got something different than everybody else had. Now you can watch right there. Let's get this thing up to 4 pips. Okay, let's go. Let's watch that number.
Speed restrictions are now lifted. Until next time, Commander.
525, man. This thing books, dude. This thing is fast. It hit 525 before it slowed down. Yep. It just barely, it like touches 525 and goes zoop, right back down. This thing is fast, dude. This thing's a runner. This thing can run. That's why I'm saying it'd make a good smuggler, because you can come in. If you, the way we used to do this is I used to go, you go on the inside where the you see where the ring is, right? And then you got your little station. You come on the inside of the ring before where the planet is, right? Come on that side of the ring and you come in. That's the way that the station's facing. So you just come in, you go flat right at it, and when you get in, you just go full blast. Boost as fast as you can. You can use silent running if you want, but you don't need it, because all you got to do is you need to get in the station before they can scan you. I used to make a fortune doing that stuff. All right, sorry, got sidetracked. Went off on a tangent. Kitty Cat's back. I guess I didn't buy her off good enough.
3, 2, 1, engage.
So we will work on Vagar until we get her done, and then, like I said, I gotta have it ready by, and we may need to go out to the Thargoid War and do some work out there. We'll find out when that comes up. We got to see what's going on tomorrow. So as soon as I find out what's going on tomorrow, we will have a plan. Now, there's also a Discord that the AXI guys run that you can. Kitty just attacked me. You can join their Discord as well, which I think let's see, it's right here. Boom. Yep, so you can join their Discord as well, and every week they put out a list, and I usually go over on Thursday. They put out a list of what their primary targets are. Now, you don't have to follow that if you don't want to, especially if you're just going to go to Spire sites. You don't have to follow it. The only thing you want to follow is if you can find other commanders to go with you. Okay, that's the other thing. Now, you could go into open, but I don't know that your experience is going to be pristine in open. Plus, there's a lot of desyncs and stuff that happen, stuff like that. So, my cat's being a pain in the duty. Don't tell her I said. Don't tell her I said. You won't get mad.
Fuel scooping.
All right, so we'll go over there, and we will figure this out. Figure it all out. It will all be figured out soon, commanders, and we will get this ship. And if I change anything from what I've done so far, I'll update everybody. But I'm going to make this thing into a bomber, at least for a little bit. At least for the lulls, right? Just for the lulls. I don't recommend anybody else do that. Now, that crate that I showed you, that crate bomber, that one can go to either bombing or to a Spire site. It does both.
Frameshift drive
Um,
charging.
There's differences in things you want depending on what you're going to do, and you don't need as much protection at a Spire site as you do at a Titan. So there's those little things. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just swap out the parts on the ship that I know I need for this gig or that gig, or I just build another ship. But typically it just depends, because I don't switch that often. Like you're not constantly going back from Titan to Spire site. That just typically doesn't happen. So you just kind of set it up, and then it stays that way for a time, and then when that project's over, you just switch it back to the other thing, whatever you were working on.
Frameshift drive
Yeah, this
charging.
thing books, man. It's 525. And what is it? What's it? Yeah, it's running real hot right now, but I'll find out. But I'll bet when I get done, this thing should run at 18% heat, which is more than enough. You need 20% or lower to obscure your vision, obscure the Thargoids. Now, if the Thargoids are close to you, they can see you anyway, because you're just like right there. But they do search for the heat signature. That includes things like limpets, anything else. So if you're out there repairing yourself, they know you're out there. Now, whether or not they want to come chase you, that's another question entirely.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So Diagondry is the place I hang out when I don't have the ability to get to the Founders World. But like I said, my second account, I'm going to have to take it out and get elite in something. It's harder to do in combat, and it's okay to do in
Frameshift drive charging.
cargo, but I hate doing it. So it would be more likely for me to just take off in the ship, go out to Sagittarius A and come back, and hopefully be elite. I don't know how many times. I think I'd only had to do it once, maybe. I think we went out. Well, we went out. Yeah, because one time I did it, and if you jump enough, if you scan enough systems, you'll make enough money. Plus, you get extra bonuses for scanning other things. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, exobiology." I don't know that exobiology counts towards getting into the Founders World. If you know the answer to that, leave it in the comments. So, I don't know, because I don't do exobiology. That's not my bag, man. It's not my gig. Don't do exobiology in this ship. You won't be able to get your damn SRV out.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright, so we're here. Oh, we're out by a second. We're still not super far. I guess I don't really want to boost here. I mean, I could. Did we hit the gravity well? Yeah, we hit it hard too. Whee! See, that's how you get past. You say "wee," and then it'll take you where you need to go. We're pretty close because it's not turning real fast here. Come on, come down here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There you are. Hey, my friend. How are you? Good seeing you. Good seeing you, only Cygnus Prime. And two, if you need, if you want to come out to the Thargoid War, and you need a place to park, and I'm out there, then you can. All the functions are turned on my carrier, so that people can come and, if they need a place to repair and rearm and all that. I made sure everything's turned on. You can even turn in exobiology or combat bonds or anything there. You don't have to, but it's an option. And the money that you have to pay for turning in the bonds goes to the carrier itself. So that helps me pay for fuel and whatnot from showing you guys all this stuff all the time. Okay, little Cygnus. This guy is in a terrible spot, but, this isn't a place that I would normally hang out. It's just because of my second account. I wanted to get over here and I need my I need my material ship built, so this thing is so different. This thing is much different. I have a little better time with the Mark II, the way the sounds are. I love those little thrusters right there. Please follow the standard, not the substandard, but the standard docking procedures.
Landing gear
Look at that
deployed.
perfect 3-point landing. No hands. Okay, maybe not a perfect 3-point landing, but it was close. I'm going to give it a pass. I'm going to say yes, that was a great landing.
Landing successful.
Alrighty, commanders.
Our services are at your disposal.
that's all I got for today. I will continue this journey soon. I got to take care of Kitty Cat. It's time. She's at that point where she's not going to let it go. So I'm going to have to go deal with her. And so wish me luck tomorrow on my job interview. Hopefully we get it. And then I'll have a nice, shiny new job to pay money for Frontier to not shut down their game. Okay? And, yeah. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, I'm open to suggestions. Tell me how crazy I am. It's fine. I already know. But anyway, thank you, Commanders. Don't forget, you can follow me on any of these other platforms, too. If you want to help support the channel, you can go to the Patreon, or actually you can be a member on the channel now. So I believe there's the memberships. It's just like $5 a month, but it helps. Any little bit helps me be able to, be motivated to get back in here and do way more stuff. So that being said, take care, Commanders. We'll talk to you next time.